Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Pyromancer jailer leak that happened this week. So there will be no spoilers in this video. I'm just going to be talking about the situation and my thoughts on it, and not actually get into that. So if you want the spoiler on the jailer leak, you could deem it in multiple ways. If you actually watch his video, he speculates a little bit, and that could be a big spoiler if he's right. But just the picture itself isn't a humongous spoiler, but it does exist. So let's go ahead and get into this. So at first I had only read about it, and first I read it on Twitter, which of course is not a good source of information. So I read a couple articles on it, and then I actually went and watched the guy's video. I believe his thing is Pyromancer's, a lot bigger than a lot bigger than I am. So you might know who he is. So he leaked I wouldn't even necessarily call it a leak. So he was given photos people took at Blizzard HQ of original art of the jailer. So the jailer is kind of like the head badass that's been helping out Sylvanas from the Shadowlands, who kind of rules over the Maw, which is like where all the most evil people go, but lately everyone's been getting sent there. That's just stuff we know from Blizzard itself. That's not a leak or nothing. So basically they took a picture of him, of what he's supposedly going to look like, and sent it to this guy, Pyromancer, who sat on it for a while and then decided to release it. And I'll get into his reasons a little bit later on in the video. But basically, so it's just a picture of him. It's not a huge spoiler. If you've watched the trailer or whatever, you kind of see the silhouette of him. So basically just imagine coloring that in to the proper color, proper features, stuff like that. And what it can do is, as I kind of mentioned, is it can allow you to speculate on possible identity of it, or possible relation it could have to other things, and things of that nature. So it doesn't give any direct spoilers. It just gives a possibility of spoiler. So the whole controversy though, so that's all just set up basically. The whole controversy is, should he have went public with this information that he received? And at first I was conflicted. At first my general reaction on Twitter, in my head, I didn't actually tweet about it, is just, oh, he shouldn't have done that, what an asshole. And then thinking about it, I was like, well, and then I was reading it from other points of view, and I was like, well, it sounds like he just kind of reported it, that's fine. And then after watching his video, I kind of felt multiple different ways about it. But I think I ended up settling on the part where it's fine. So what happened was he was sent a picture of this jailer, apparently by two different people that were at Blizzard. Now, we are taking him at his word on certain things here. I don't know. I don't know him. I haven't dug into all of his videos to know everything about this guy. I just know that's what he claims. He was sent this picture from two different people. Two different images of the jailer. So they were sent to him. He debated on releasing them, and he decided to release them. The reasons he said he decided to release it was because he doesn't think it's fair that the big time streamers or content creators, whatever, get to go in Blizzard and see these pictures, and regular people don't. So they get to speculate and know things ahead of time, make videos ahead of time that lets them know things ahead of time, whereas a normal person, especially like me, for example, would never ever get to know that kind of stuff. And so he's trying to take a for the people approach there. I get what he's saying on that. He's not wrong on what he's saying on that, but I do think his reasons are a little bit more nefarious than that, but that's okay too. I actually think that's okay too. Even if it's a mix of both, I think that's okay. So he decided to go ahead and make it public, made a video about it, and a lot of people got mad at him about it. And here's the thing. This is my take on it now. I'm taking his word. So two people sent him these images because he's a YouTuber, and they just wanted to give it to him for whatever reason, whether they wanted it out there or whatever. His argument after the fact was that, it was going to be released by somebody. These people would have sent, if he would have never released it, they would have sent it to somebody else, and they would have released it. And immediately what I thought about was, I follow sports fairly closely, and insiders in sports, they break stories or whatever. And there was a story broken this year, and I don't even remember what it was now. And I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. I listened to Le Batard's show on ESPN radio. It's not really that much about sports, honestly, and that's why I like it, because I like sports, but I'm not like diehard or whatever. Um, so I listened to the show and they were talking about it, and they were, some people had some opinion, some had the other, and they had the guy on who broke the story. He's like, well, you know, and what he basically said was, if I didn't, somebody else was going to. And here's what it gets to. And some people are going to say that's appalling. Some people are going to be like, okay, I get it, whatever. There'll be people on both sides of that. But what I'm saying is this: if two people took those pictures and sent them out, it is likely that they would have sent them to someone else, or that they did send them to someone else. And overall, it's likely that it was going to get leaked at one point or another. Or unless they like tried to extort money or something to not leak it, things like that. It's very likely they were going to get leaked. So this guy, Pyromancer, for him to leak them and get the publicity, get the views, get the whatever, get the clicks, I think he's totally justified in doing it. Because, and that's, again, I'm prefacing by saying if the story is true. If two separate people took images and were sending them, and that kind of says that they wanted it released. So they would eventually had somebody release it. And so the fact that he got to release it, that's good for him. Someone else would have done it. If that grows him, if that makes him bigger, some people love him, some people hate him, whatever, gives him more relevancy, I think that's great. Because given the information that I have, so unless someone comes out and says, no, it was just one person who took two pictures and it was his friend or something that works there or whatever, then that's different. That's different because that's someone giving him direct access, and that they were only ever going to give him direct access. If he was the only one who was ever going to receive these photos, then you can start arguing the other side of it, because then that's just the ultimate responsibility on yourself. Do I do the right thing, or I do the thing best for me? But if it was going to possibly be released by other people in the future, then in that case, I think it's fine just to do what's best for you. So that's kind of my overall take on it. At the end of the day, I'm fine with it. It's not that huge of a spoiler anyways. If you're interested in it, go look it up. It's not that huge of a spoiler. We don't know for sure the jailer's identity. He does speculate on it. I think some of his speculation is pretty valid, actually. So, yeah, overall, I think what he did was fine. If all the facts I have are indeed facts and not just, kind of hearsay, I think it's fine overall. So that's my take on it. It's a little bit late because I had an eye infection and my eye's still kind of recovering. But yeah, that's my take on it. Please subscribe to the channel. That helps me out a lot. And everybody have a good one.